Hey guys, so this is going to be opening 048. The 48th opening that I'd like to share with you today is the rotating flat opening. So the sequence is pretty much the same as the flat opening covered in opening 047, just a one move extension. And of course, we will also be discussing the standard variation and mid-game line, if you will, that is often seen in online games. So you can actually have a basic understanding of why you might actually see that line being played out quite often online. So let's take a quick look at the opening. So black goes off with f5, and then you have that usual rose opening, sorry, and basically you have that flat opening to g4 sequence. And of course, using a head and tail theory, and of course, trying to keep your discs as compact as possible, c4 is the preferred choice over b4 and b5. So if you go for c4, it's somewhat like a head and tail theory whereby your opponent has played g4, flip this disc, g4 being that this last plate is the hit, and of course, this quiet move on the tail end of this row 4 has actually opened up at c4, so you might consider playing this. And of course, try to aim for consecutive moves to c3 in the future. So the typical sequence that actually follows after this rotating flat opening has been established is that players will just simply rotate around the center and exchange moves. So black simply goes for g5, white goes for c3 by just rotating. So both players are just rotating in a clockwise manner on the board, just exchanging moves. And so you can see the sequence is very simple. So of course the best move, even though it's recommended over here to e2, I actually do see that c8 being played probably more often than not online, and then of course white goes to f3. So as you can see, both sides actually exchanges moves a lot in a clockwise manner. So it's very simple and intuitive to just pick up the first move on the boundary in a clockwise manner, and of course black goes to c7 over here being the most common sequence. And over here you realize that white doesn't have access to g3, so white cannot continue that rotation. So usually that rotation stops here. So the first most popular move would then be the best recommended move here at d8. So the purpose of this move is actually to just establish d6 for white, so that white can then aim for g3 and just continue that rotation across. So usually black would simply just respond to e8 being the book move, and white picks up g3, and black continues to rotate at b6, and over here the rotation basically stops, because if white were to go to the right and continue to try to rotate in a clockwise manner, it may not be as favorable, and the book move is indeed b5 over here. Of course, this move to h6 does seem also viable. So this is basically the starting basic sequence for the rotating flat opening. So I would definitely recommend this for beginner players who actually just want to get deep into a well-known line or book opening, and of course you wouldn't be losing too much of an advantage of within 4 discs by playing this opening. So on that note, I'll leave you to just digest this opening, and we'll move on to other variations within the rose branch openings. Thank you.